All right, good afternoon. March 25th, we're here for the public hearing first for the proposed Progress ID plan to apply for the district innovation. Mr. Coronel.
Good afternoon, Mr. President, members of the board, community members. I met with part of the committee that we're going to propose to you later on in the meeting to talk about the District of Innovation. And part of the plan will be two factors. Number one, we want to start school earlier because right now we are starting the third week of August, while IDEA and other schools are starting the second, even the first week of August. And the committee was very happy about that. Also, once we do that, we're going to be able to create the calendar, vote on it, and some of the options that we talked about had to do with having a fall break. Although some teachers were like, no, especially the secondaries, they didn't like the idea. Elementary teachers said yes. Some parents said, "Well, but I work, so what's going to happen with my kid?" Anyways, so what I told them is that we're going to put it as part of the option. Then we're going to let everybody vote. So the factor number one is going to be to start earlier, and then the second one, and I think everybody agreed, had to do with CTE. Since we're expanding our programs, we would like to have the designation as part of the CTE in case we don't have a teacher that has specific certification, but he or she has enough hours, then that person can become a teacher. So that's what we're going to present right now. Once the committee decides to say yes. Any questions?
Any questions from the board? At this time, any questions from the community? No comments? All right. At this time, board, I will need a motion, please.
No, this would be just public
Just
hearing.
proper.
Yes.
And then I still need a motion to adjourn the public hearing.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn. Garcia, second. Ms. Flores on the first side. Aye. Motion passes. At this time, March 25th, to our regular board meeting. At this time, if we could all please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, next slide.
The flag of the United States of America, to the republic stands one nation, God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag, Texas, one state under God.
We're not going to do this purpose.
Yes, sir. Heavenly Father, we want to thank you for giving us the opportunity to be here today. Thank you very much for blessing our students who were part of the livestock show and also the soccer team that won yesterday. We have a game today with softball and baseball, so please bless all of our students in our community. In the name of Jesus Christ.
Amen. At this time, we have public audience, Ms. Mitchell. Okay, who's the first one? Escandaloso, go ahead now.
Hello, good evening.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
Yes, by board policy local. Each person who has signed up will have 5 minutes to speak on their topic. I will be keeping time and will raise my hand when you have 1 minute remaining. All rules of civility and decorum will be enforced. And as a reminder, the Board of Trustees will not respond. Thank you and your time.
Good afternoon. My name is Jasmine. I'm here because I had a parent from the community reach out to me regarding a student within that comes here to the district with medical illness, terminal medical illness. So my question to you all is, what is it that you all do for students that have terminal medical illness like cancer? It's not the first parent that has reached out to me. It's actually a second parent, and I'm gonna read their message is no, but según social workers, the school board or the school district should provide sort of device for his work, and a teacher or special ed, I assume, should go into the house at least once a week just to make sure he was doing okay and if he needed any help with work. We registered him and have never heard from the school, no más el Friday before spring break. Me habló la counselor because he needs to take the DELPA. Why are students not treated equally? Why are students not treated as they're supposed to be treated, whether they're normal kids, special ed kids, or kids with special medical needs? So that's my question to the board. I know you're not going to answer my question, but it's something to be considered. Y'all follow through with your nurses. How many students do we have in the district who have terminal medical illnesses? Y'all treat them as the same, because what I see is that students are treated as a dollar sign. And that's what I had to say for today.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
We have Ms. Pena.
Sergio, the door is locked. That's what they're saying.
Good evening, board. First of all, I have two things I want to say. Since we already have the uniforms and the band going, what about if we have the drill team now with the girls or guys? Um, other school districts they have drill team, so that would be I think that would be pretty cool for Progreso to have a drill team. And my second topic of the day tonight is I would like to present my soccer players, and one of my coaches. We want to give this to the board for all their help that they've given us and the support for our kids for Progreso Fire, and to top it off, to have our end of the banquet here at the cafeteria. That was great. And this is for Sergio Coronado, our superintendent. I want to say that he has helped us with our projects throughout the season, and he's very supportive for the community. And thank you, board.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am. Ms. Marisol. So let's Guerrero, please.
Hey, good afternoon. Very short. First of all, I want to support for not so very positive, but we're finally getting support out to our soccer team. The cheerleaders were out there. There was a lot of people from the community. The posting and everything helped on social media. So we, on behalf of the soccer team and parents and coaches, we wanted to thank y'all for the support, and hopefully, it continues. Um, and that was one of them. The other one's not so very positive. I myself, we've came across teachers that come up to our kids and either yell their lungs out at them or address them. But I know that if our students were to address the teachers, they would probably end up being in school suspension. Or if we parents come and address the teacher, the police will probably be called on us. So maybe really speak to your staff and how to address it in a more professional manner. That's it for me.
Yeah. Thank you.
Ms. Cavazos.
At the game. It's about the cheerleaders that they were bashing the cheerleaders, and one of the teachers came up to my daughter and started like asking her or telling her about it, that the adults around her were bashing the cheerleaders. And well, me as a parent, I didn't like that. That the teacher came up to her and started asking her and telling her about the which no adult was bashing or making fun of the cheerleaders or none of that. Because one of the parents put that on social media and started to get all crazy and stuff. And I was just wanted to say that, like,
Thank you, Ms. Cavazos.
Take care. Thank you.
Anybody else? That's it. That's perfect. Perfect. All right, at this time we go to the B1, which is district report, Ms. Corral.
Once again, good afternoon, Mr. President, members of the board and community. As we mentioned before, soccer team won against IDEA, and we're waiting to see, we're gonna be playing uh, Marble Falls or Lavernia. They're playing today. We have a baseball game today here at home versus Raymondville, and our softball team is playing today in Santa Rosa. I created a small compensation plan. It's actually a pay scale at the beginning of the pay scale analysis, so you can see it. As we prepare to move into next fiscal year, we're gonna have to make some decisions when it comes to budget and also obviously the pay scale, especially with teachers. So I'm gonna start with the teachers one first. Then the next meeting I'll present. So the first page reflects our Progreso ISD pay scale. And in that first one, this is the one that we voted for back in August. However, if you remember, we gave out a $2,000 raise for the teachers. So in reality, this one is the one that we have. We did not change it because we felt that it was not going to be fair for new teachers to come in and to start making more than what our teachers were making. But take that into consideration, because if you want to add the $2,000 during the summer, that's going to be up to you. Like if we get new teachers, right now, this is the scale that we are following. However, since we gave out those $2,000, if you turn the page, that's the number that I use to compare with other districts. And I tried to choose districts that had their information on the website. So we have Progreso ISD, Edcouch, Elsa, Monte Alto, La Villa ISD, Santa Maria, Santa Rosa. So at first, if you look at 0 years of experience, and those are teachers that are here with us that started the year with us. Those teachers were making $48,000 versus Edcouch $52,000, Monte Alto 51, La Villa 51, Santa Maria 45, Santa Rosa 50,000. So at first we look at it and we're thinking, you know what, we're behind about $2,000 for the teachers that we have right now. However, as the years progress, if you look at year number 5, for instance, we are at $51,000, 51,300, and then Edcouch Chelsea 53,725, Monte Alto 53,548, La Villa 53,321, Santa Maria 47,600, and Santa Rosa 52. So it seems that we're catching up, right? And then if you go to year 5, if you look across, we already passed Edcouch, we passed La Villa, we passed Santa Maria, and we passed Santa Rosa. And the reason why is because when we had the TASB analysis about 10 years ago, we followed the STEP protocol, and I'm going to show it to you right now. But if you look at year 20, for instance, those teachers that we have that have 20 years of experience are making $63,000 versus the rest, It's very, very competitive. So we try to take care of the teachers that have experience here with us. You turn the page, you're gonna see the actual step structure. The step is the amount of money that we give to them on a yearly basis based on their experience. And this is not counting the race. This is just the step that we have on a yearly basis. So if you look at Progreso, year 1, 2, and 3, we have 400, 200, 600. But those teachers that have been with us for 4, 5, 6, 7 years get between $1,000 and $2,000 on a yearly basis just because of the then when we go to year 20, thanks to your decision last summer, we were able to help those teachers that were stuck at year 20 because we have some that have 21 years of experience, 22, 23, 24. And we said, you know what, those teachers, we're going to give them $1,000 extra. Compared to the rest, if you look at their step structure, I think we have a very, very good structure. Now, just think about it. What is it that you want to do during the summer? If you want to change it, if you want to add more, during the workshop that we're going to have for the budget, it's going to be a good opportunity. You have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, also, we voted last time that we were going to move into the fingerprint structure. We already got one quote. The software is called TCP, and with everything included, including also the substitutes, because I think it's important for us to buy the whole product. This one is at $68,000. Lupita's going to be meeting with 2 other companies on Thursday. Once we have all the information, we'll bring it up to you, and then you vote. And again, this is for the fingerprint system. We had a meeting with the teacher incentive allotment committee. And in April, we are planning to apply to the expansion of the teacher incentive allotment program. You look at page 2 right now, we have the STAR testing and the EOCs, and we do it through the VAM. And then we also have kinder through 2nd grade, and we're using the STAR Renaissance Growth Measure. That's what we have right now. If you turn to the last page, our plan is to expand this year to CTE, pre-K, and advanced placement. So for CTE, we would use the ISEV as part of the assessment. For pre-K, we would use Circle. And for the advanced placement, the test that we have. Then the following year, we're planning to expand it to reading to special ed and interventionist. And the following year, TSI and PE, and then phase 4, the electives. Now, if this changes, if we see for whatever reason that we can expand it sooner, we'll present it to you. Any questions?
Questions?
Any ideas?
If you do SLOs, you can expand it to everyone.
Yes.
Especially because this is the 3rd year that we've done it and we've gotten it. So the percentages of the teachers that get it should be increasing. And I think we're stalled. So maybe we should start considering other measurements.
That is a very good point. And actually, let me tell you that we have 9 teachers that are teachers in training, but because they don't have a certification, that number is not part of the factor and it affects us. So we already sent the letter to those teachers. If they don't pass by May, they're not going to be able to. Good point, man. Thank
So
you. very
just consider that because we want to share the wealth with more teachers.
Yeah, definitely.
Any other questions?
So I have the duties and responsibilities report. This one is for you to take home.
Study.
This one has a summary of the duties and responsibilities at the school's central office. It's just a summary. Look it over. Very nice template that we use. If you have any questions, let us know. This is just for your information because I know sometimes you're like, okay, what is Mr. Hernandez doing, or what is Lupita doing, so it'll be here. Also, I have the overtime and the attendance report. I'm gonna be giving out the overtime on a monthly basis. I think it'll be easier for you to see it and not get the whole list and then get scared like, oh my God, this is a huge list. And the attendance, we had talked about it, I think back in December. And I have a pen drive for each one of you with all the information, with punching in and out, signing in and out, the campus and for the district. It was a lot of work, but we achieved it. And now I'm going to pass it on to Ms. Audrey Rocha. She has a small presentation on the cafeteria context, food service.
I'm so sorry. I forgot we were in. And this is just basically our daily participation compared to our enrollment. You can see everybody's pretty much where we need to be. PHS is where we do strive to try to reach more students on a daily basis. And that's with things that we're trying to incorporate and purchase and change our menu and kind of adapt to the older students. I know that I tried to get as much information online as to what districts are on a 3-week, a 2-week, a 4-week, and then there's even other. But Progresso's there. With us, I tried looking at local districts and then bigger districts. So we are on a 3-week cycle, which means our menu itself every 3 weeks. But we do offer choices, 3 choices at our high school, 2 days a week, 3 choices at our DTMS, and then choices for our elementary. And we were trying to do it last year at the PEC. We were just running into issues with time. It's very time consuming with this. Couple of our requirements for breakfast and lunch, we do meet all the components, all the grains. For breakfast, it's 3 components. For lunch, it's 5. So every day, children have more than these options, but this is the minimum requirement. And here is just a chart that you'll see there in your packet as to our sodium limits, our added sugar limits. In 26-27, we slowly have to phase in. They're going to be reducing the sodium limits, reducing added sugar, and increasing the whole grains throughout the menu. So if you're seeing changes that may be taking away certain foods, it's because we're having to adapt to them. They are available online. All menus are available: breakfast, lunch, our after-school snack program, our fresh fruit and vegetable program, which is only offered to the elementaries, but those are all available online. But we can start incorporating them. I know they have the calendar on a monthly basis. We can see if we can double size and include the menu with that. Well, milk being expired, the dates we get milk on a daily basis. So I don't know if they meant. Okay. Oh, okay. Because we check all the dates, and the dates we don't accept them. We have they have to sign off on each single crate, and we get milk on a daily basis. So I do apologize if that was overlooked, but that's something I'm going to address with the company and make sure I address it with the campus manager. An entirely different program, entirely different menu, and has a couple more restrictions added to it. That in 26, 27, we're slowly going to have to phase in to reducing the added sugars and cereals, the milk offerings, and our biggest hurdle is going to be the sodium on breakfast and in lunch. But you will be seeing those changes, and some foods may have to be removed because of these changes. But we have up until July 1st, 2027 to finalize it. Then we did have a student food tasting, which we started last year. It worked really, really nice. We brought in a bunch of different foods that were available to us through our vendor, and we just had all the kids from each campus. I think it was about 15 to 20 kids from each campus come to the high school, taste everything. We had a list there, and they could say the things they didn't like, the things they did like, and then on one activity, it was create your own menu for the week. So we took all that into consideration. We looked over it. These are the few items that were added to this year's menu that the students chose. Hopefully, we already spoke about this. Got permission from the board to move forward with the purchase. These are combination ovens, commercial, state of the art. These are what restaurants have. A couple school districts are starting to incorporate them, the larger ones. We were able, with the excess funds we had, to use it to get this large purchase. We're gonna have one at each cafeteria, and it's gonna hopefully increase the food quality, because I do know our ovens are commercial, but at the same time, we put it into the warmer. We do have batch cooking, cook right before each lunch period. But this can smoke, air fry. It's a smokeless smoker. So let's say we have a hamburger, you can put it in a smoke function, and it gets that earthy taste. It's just gonna increase food quality, the efficiency for the staff, and the time. It's gonna reduce the cooking time as well. So we'll be able to get it out warmer, faster, and fresher. And this should be hopefully on site at the end of May. Training is gonna go to the staff in June, and then everything's gonna be input on the back of the house in the computer system, because all it is a button, and it's gonna cook itself. The ladies, all they're gonna see is a hamburger patty. I put in the time, I put in how long it's gonna cook, everything, so they can't change anything. Everything at every campus is coming out the same temperature, same cook time, same quality. A lot of our foods from Labatt do come ready to cook. We do a lot of scratch cooking, more so than other yeah. But that's why we have the sodium limit, we have grain limits, and per. So everything we have is limited. There's nothing that we can just say, I just want to give this. Everything is evaluated by not only then through Labatt and then through Region 1, and whatever is allowed and approved, that's what we purchase. We don't just get to go out and purchase whatever. All the foods are looked at, and each single item that we do serve has a nutritional label, and it has to be approved by the state. So our scratch cooking, our lasagna is homemade, our enchiladas are homemade, our breakfast tacos, our tortillas are so our tortillas are homemade. We have, let me look at my menu. Have our Frito pie, all our meat is homemade. Our rolls are bread, don't purchase items because pretty much other than that, it is purchased items. Of course, the hamburger meat is purchased, and it's more so done that way with the chicken and the meat, just to avoid cross contamination, to avoid undercooking, to avoid issues with children where they're, we have a very strong HACCP, but we do, most districts do purchase, and the scratch cooking is throughout the menu. So we have picadillo con papas. We have sometimes we'll do a chicken fajita taco, things of that sort. So we try to incorporate them, but at the end of the day, the students, and I will tell you this from firsthand, the most popular items are your pizza, burgers, and those are the things they ask for. And sometimes when we do picadilla with papas, it all stays in. Yes. And he has a meal modification form with the nurse? Because as soon as I get a meal modification, when you bring it from the doctor, it goes to the nurse and then it goes to me. Oh, no, because it's supposed to, you're supposed to, anytime they have meal restrictions, it goes to the nurse. The doctor's obviously going to say this. That form is supposed to, okay, because then he has to have a specific menu. Because my special diets, each child whom I have in the district has their own menu. So that's what I'm saying. If I didn't get that prescription, uh, no, because yes, and I do apologize because as soon as we got that, I was probably working with more. But the meal modifications are followed. We have to follow it by law. Whatever the doctor says, that's what we have to serve. And I have a menu on file, and I work with the nurses for each student at each campus, whether it's something as small as lactose or an anaphylactic allergy. Sometimes those we even remove the item completely from that campus, just so there's no cross contamination. So if I'll follow up with you after the meeting or we can go over that. Any questions?
No. Any questions, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you, Dr. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. We are starting a pre-registration this year. We want to start early because obviously we're fighting with other school districts, especially IDEA and Westlaco. And we're gonna try to do the online for the first time, April 8th. We'll send you the invitation. Planning to have whoever wants to come in person, we'll have it at the auditorium. And speaking about the auditoriums, I'm gonna finish with Mr. Hernandez, who's gonna present to you the insurance settlement that we had at the auditorium and the expenditures out of that settlement. Mr. Hernandez?
In regards to the fine art insurance settlement and subcontractor report, we received 620,000. We were awarded 620,000 through the insurance settlement. Less attorney fees, we received 194,980. So far, we have worked on the sound system, the cleaning, the some AC repairs, and we still need to work on 2 additional units that are down, AC units, the lighting system, and of course, we need to find out. Lázaro, he was going to work on finding a solution for the water leak through the that he was coming through the ground.
Thank you. All right, this time we go to the C1 District Advisory Committee for the Development of the District Innovation Plan.
In talking to the principals, we decided to have the SBDM committee as the District of Innovation Committee. Since I already presented to you the 2 factors that we're gonna input in the plan, all I need is your approval to move forward with this committee.
Any questions? No? No?
This time make a motion to approve district advisory committee for the development of the district development plan.
Second.
Motion by Garcia, second by Flores. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. This time we go to C2 Progresso High School Targeted Improvement Plan Adjustment.
We applied to the LASSO grant. We were hoping to get the Blue Bonnet section. We did not. We ended up getting the $65,000 for the Strong Foundation Instructional Leadership. And because of that, we have to make an adjustment to our plan, which is provide professional development to the leadership team at the highs. So administration is recommending for you to approve.
Just an adjustment, right?
Yes, it's just the adjustment.
Well,
Motion. This time make a motion to approve the Progreso High School Targeted Improvement Plan adjustment.
Second.
motion by Ms. Garcia, second by Ms. Flores. All in favor, say aye. Aye, motion passes. This time we do D1 and D2 at the same time, which is the track and the turf payment applications. Mr. Hernandez.
Payment applications. totaling $220,738. That consists of almost 43% of the work completed. This is for the track payment application. We're
Can
requesting approval.
you repeat the amount, please?
$220,738.
Any questions, applications?
Comments? That one was.
D1, D2.
D2?
That's for D1 and D2.
D1. And D2, that's for first payment. We received also three payment applications with totaling almost 30% of the job completed.
And what's the amount on that one?
One is for 187,000, one is for 82, and one is for 110,000.
Any other questions?
What's the progress? Have they changed dates for completion or not? Beginning of May?
And they're moving pretty fast. They're going real fast.
This time I make a motion to approve D1 track payment application and D2 turf payment applications.
Second.
Motion by Garcia, second by Ms. Flores, on the first aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. At this time, we can declare property surplus.
Yes, sir. We have on your package, you have a listing of inventory items that are no longer in use by the district, either because they're broken or no longer functional. But the district's still carrying them on the insurance and our general ledger. And in order to remove them, the district needs to approve or declare these items as surplus. In addition to that, we wanted to add as well the newly removed fence, the old fence, and we're planning to have an auction maybe late April, middle of May. So
What was the last auction that we had?
it was
Remember?
No,
last
year. I think a month ago.
Like the beginning of the school year, right?
yeah more than
It was a good
I
one.
think it was the summer. Yes.
It was a good one.
Yes.
Okay.
So the recommendation is to declare the listing items as surplus and proceed with the plan to dispose these items.
Question, 'cause I'm new to this. So when you say it's a surplus and they've been stored over there, like you have a process, right, where you check that it's no longer usable, that no other campus can use it. What's the process? Can you explain?
Yes, we do have that Mr. Armando Lopez. Basically, they get reported to him either broken or no longer functional. Any technology is also reported to Mr. Pesina. He reviewed it, make sure it's not working. And from there, they submit that work order, and he transferred those items to warehouse.
Yeah, and I have to give it to Mr. Lopez. He has his deal
Has
going on.
pretty good
If he asks for something, he has serial numbers. He has basically
Yeah.
everything. He has everything in check.
Yeah, they stay there until
We do
get
an auction.
Yes, the board declares the items are surplus because we cannot just throw it away.
Part of your inventory.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, at this time make a motion to approve the declared property surplus as presented by Mr. Hernandez.
Motion by Mr. Garcia,
Second.
second by Ms. Flores, on the first aye. D4 auction services. Are we using the same people?
Yes, sir. Part of the plan is to contract an auctioneering company. We're recommending Galindo Auctions to provide the auctioning.
Okay, at this time make a motion to approve the auctioneer services as presented by Mr. Hernandez.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Garcia, second by Ms. Flores, on the first aye.
Aye.
At this time, authorization to go bids for bus cameras.
Yes, sir. We have some funds available through the Title IV. This can be used for well-rounded education, safety, and career college and career. However, there's some requirements for these funds. It can be something that we already purchased or is required by the state. So what we're recommending is to install bus cameras. And so the recommendation is to authorize to solicit bids for bus cameras.
Good idea. Any questions for the bus cameras? All right, I need a motion.
All right, at this time make a motion to authorize to solicit bids for bus cameras as presented by Mr. Hernandez.
Motion by Mr. Garcia, second by Martinez, on the first aye. Motion passes. This time, with discussion and action to approve fee report with the Lawrence Law Firm for legal representation related property damage claims.
Hi, hello everyone. My name is Jose Gomez, and I'm here on behalf of the Lawrence Law Firm. I'm just here to explain a little bit what is it that we do, how can we assist in the near future. Uh, we do property claim process. We have assist many government entities in the past. We've been pretty successful in bringing thousands to these government entities. So we would love to assist you in any near future property claims that you may have. I heard right now that you guys spoke about something about insurance. Uh, on our law firm, we've been pretty successful in bringing not just the buildings, but there's more than that. There's actually structural things that you can claim against the insurance company. But nowadays, this pool risk is being pretty hard with government entities. So they put in endorsements just not to claim that. So you guys have to be aware of that, and we're pretty good on it. We can check that and make sure that if we can claim it under any storm, whether a related report, we can do that. And not just that, any accidents that can happen on this building, we can claim it against that pool risk that you may guys have. And that's about it. You guys will actually try to get us in the near future being pretty good at it, getting that out of those pool risks.
So it's basically same thing that Jolly did or back in 2021, 22. Oh, they went to contractors. Oh, this is the
Oh,
insurance.
so this is we go out to the insurance. It's pretty different, but I heard something about that somewhere like they just claim one property. I'm like, oh, there's more than that. That you guys can claim and actually get this property get back to a pre-loss condition and get to a good standing position. That is going to be better for the ISD and of course for the students.
What experience do you have right now? Are you working with any school districts?
Yes, we have done a couple of them back then. We have worked with the Rio Grande, San Antonio as well, and a couple of housing authorities. And of course, we represent about the 56% of the hotel industry in Texas as well, and we have bring millions here to the Valley as well.
I'm assuming there's no charge like for the assessment and things like
No, of course. I mean, there's a contingency agreement that means that if we get any amount, we charge a percentage out of it.
Yes.
But to begin with, everything we don't charge anything unless we. So that's the way it works.
that. So we don't have to pay a cent at the beginning unless you guys win.
That is correct, and that's the best out of it. You guys have no risk, and the risk is on our side. If we put X amount into any work that we need to do, and if we lost the case, well, it's on our side, not on you guys' side. So that's the best out of it. That there's no risk for you at all.
And part of that experience with the districts that you're working on, are you focusing on like a storm that hit the roof of a school and then you guys go in, or how does it work?
Basically, I mean, it has to be under any policy, under any pool risk policy. We have to be under any weather related. It has to be under any others any storm, or it has to be that something that happened just in the school, like fire or somebody crashed into the school, something like that. We can assess you on it, and we'll make sure that you get paid what you guys are entitled to.
And how far can you go? How far back?
Good question. Actually, policy has been changing lately. Now they're giving us a hard time. Back then it was 2 years. Now it changed to 1 year, and now it's giving up to 6 months back. So it depends. So I have to check the policies to make sure how long we have to go back, and it all depends.
That's basically the same thing that we just presented with the Jollies. They did the assessment for us, but they went with the contractor, not the insurance. And we didn't pay, and we still gained what 194,000. They gave us a check for 100. So it's a win-win situation.
I actually fought that one because they wanted to give us 100,000.
I remember too.
Back and I said,
Yeah. So it's a win-win.
So what's your success rate whenever you have a, what's your success rate? Like if you go,
Success rate? Well, this is what I can tell you. My success rate is that I will never sign, I will never represent somebody if I'm gonna lose the case. If I'm gonna represent you, it's I'm gonna win the case. I'm not gonna invest X amount of anything without me knowing that I'm gonna win the case. If I know I'm gonna lose the case, of course, I'll let you right away. There's no case on it, right? But if I see that there's a possible case on it, I will definitely get my whole team in board and represent you guys.
how many people do you have?
We have about 28 people, more or less. And on that, we have, I'm going to say, one of the best engineers in the country that they help us in each government building and it's a hotel that we represent. So we've been pretty successful. Any other questions that you may have?
What on this? Usually, I know with the Jollies when we did it, it took a long time on the assessments, on all that kind of deal. How long do you think, time wise,
Yes, I
will we
mean
get an answer?
it's not something that's gonna happen from one day to another. It's gonna take time. Insurance company, they're not in the business to pay out. They're in the business to defend themselves and get the most out of it. Based on that, it's gonna take up to a year to get it back. It has to go to litigation, reinspection, getting engineers on board. They're gonna get the same thing. Of course, we have to get better engineers than what they have. So just to make sure that we're gonna win the case. So it takes time. It's not something that's gonna happen. But at the end of it, the result of that is gonna be that you guys are gonna get paid for what you guys are entitled.
So what would be the assessment if the board decides, okay, let's try it? What next week you guys come and look at the
Well-
structure, the insurance? What would be the process?
Well, let me tell you something. We're in this industry, so in a couple of days we're gonna have some bad weather. We're gonna have some strong weather. Probably it's gonna be on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So let's say we have this hard thunderstorm and we have some wind damage, hail damage on the property. Of course, the assessment is gonna be not just the structure that building, but to see more than what the insurance companies can see. I'm just gonna give an example. Let's say we have those windows there, and we have some seals on it. They will never check that. I would check that. Why is that? Because now you're gonna have broken seals. AC is gonna go out. Now you're gonna have your light bill is gonna go up. Of course, if that's part of that storm damage, I'm gonna claim it on my side to make sure that you get paid for whatever you're entitled to. Like I said, I heard that fences get damaged as well. Uh, on my opinion, if they get damaged, I will put it on my estimate, and I will make sure that you get paid for that. So for the school to have a better fences and better buildings for the students.
I hope you don't get offended. It's
No,
just
no,
a
go ahead.
question. So we had a situation about 2 years ago. We finished our technology building and we had a storm, pretty bad storm. It took the roof, um, half of it. So we went back, fought with the insurance, and we got about $5,000. Was not even half of.
Mm.
What can your company bring to the table? Because we have attorneys that can go to insurance, fight the battle. But what is it?
That is correct. I mean, the big difference is just every attorney has a different. So I don't hope anybody gets offended, but every attorney has to be like, if it's medical field, they're gonna hire a medical field attorney that can do that. On this side, I believe that you guys did it wrong, just because you don't hire an expert that is an expert on that, and that's what it actually goes out instead of going right.
You would have taken that to court. You know what? I'm not gonna get
Of
100.
course, always. I mean, if specifically with a poor race, I will definitely take him to court right away. I wouldn't give him a chance. I will hit him really hard because if we give him a chance, they're gonna do whatever they did to you guys back then. So we don't take any chances.
Appreciate it, man.
Any other questions? Thank you.
Make a motion. Proceed. We'll give it a shot. I mean,
This time, make a motion to approve the fee contract with the Lawrence Law Firm for legal representation related to property damage claims.
motion by Mr. Garcia, second by Ms. Martinez, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Just make sure you get with Mr. Hernandez, and I would like for you guys to give us a report at least every month of seeing how the assessments are going to the board. Okay, at this time, we have a cash disbursement, Mr. Hernandez.
Total cash disbursements for the month of February, $295,357.09. This is just for your review.
I know you guys have your board packet. Any questions, ladies and gentlemen, on the cash disbursements? Questions that you just saw that we might pay too much? No questions?
Yes, I do.
Go ahead, ma'am.
El Chamizal Construction. They sidewalks at DTMS.
Yes, that's the general contractor that did actually the canopy. We were missing a sidewalk in order to pass ADA compliance. So we just went and contracted them to complete that section of the sidewalk. It was just a small sidewalk, $2,000.
How about the canopy cleaning? Like at 2 campuses, $2,000. Can
Yeah.
art maintenance people do that?
Yes, Mr. Mata back in the day, the yes and no. They actually redid the lines and polished the concrete as well. Yes, they have concrete.
No, I know that, but I mean,
Any other questions?
no, I just, because I see that company appear frequently, so that's why I'm asking.
No, we haven't. Since they completed the canopy, we haven't.
No, no,
This
I'm not
was-
saying about the canopy, I'm saying about the company providing the services, just like the one over here for the cleaning services.
Ah, okay.
Questions? Concerns? Doubts? All right, thank you, Mr. Hernandez. At this time, we go to investment report.
Investment report, yes, sir. Total investment to date, 10,479,000, with total earnings of 35,000.
Did we have a motion on the cashier's first?
We don't need a motion.
No, it's just a review. On the investment report, we do need a board approval.
At this time, make a motion to approve the investment report as presented by Mr. Hernandez.
Motion by Mr. Garcia,
Second.
second by Mr. Costello, in favor say aye. Aye, motion passes. At this time, tax collection report.
The total tax collection to date is 3 million, with a total balance of standing of 1.1 million. We're requesting approval of the tax collection report.
At this time, make a motion to approve the tax collection report as presented by Mr. Hernandez.
Motion by Garcia, second by Martinez, all in favor say aye. Aye. At this time, we have to budget update. Do we have a budget update?
No, nobody.
No budget. All right, we're gonna board of directors for the regional education services claim selection for the 2025.
Yes, Mr. Board President, members of the board have ballot that looks just like this. Oh, sorry, we do have a budget.
Amendment, but budget update, yes, sir. Total budget update, actual revenues received 10.3 million, total expenses 9.5 million, with a total projected of 782,000. And this is also for just a review.
Thank you.
All right. For the service center, for the regional education service for the, we'll have it from, we'll do it in executive session.
You want to put this one in executive?
Yeah, that's fine. At this time, it's 6:53 and we go to executive session.